Hello there, my name's Richard McCann, and today is a very poignant day. It is 45 years to the very day that I spent my last day with my mum, Wilma McCann. For those of you that don't know my history, Mum was murdered by Peter Sutcliffe, the first recognised person to die, and this is the photograph that has been used for 45 years. And today on this poignant day, I want to set the record straight. Because see, that's not my mum. Or at least it's not the mum that I remember. This is my mum's photograph, her mugshot that was taken by the police at the age of 18 when she'd been arrested for shoplifting. And if I look at that picture, it's obviously she's not smiling, being arrested. It's black and white. It's just, for me, it's a soulless picture. And it doesn't, I guess, give us any insight into the person that she was. And there's far more to my mum than being the first victim of Peter Sutcliffe. There's far more to it. So today I want to just, on this poignant day, set the record straight. You see, this is my mum. This is more like the mum that I remember. Actually, it's a black and white photograph in a photo booth, which was made colour by a friend of mine, Jeff, and I love this picture. And I also love this picture as well. So this is mum as a mum with a child. I can't say that's me. I'd like to think it's me with my mum. I don't have any photographs of me with my mum. It may be my sister Sonia. I can't be sure. So it is actually 45 years a day. So today's a day of reflection and also setting that record straight and sharing some images with you and maybe some memories of my mum that have not been heard. So 45 years ago tonight, my mum went out drinking. And if only I would have known what was to come, I would have maybe held her a little bit closer for a little bit longer and told her how much I loved her. Because the following morning, the pair of us, me and Sonia, walked the streets looking for my mum. And of course, we all know what happened next. And I'm not sure if you're aware of how mum was described in the media, by the police initially, but then by the media as well. And that is that she somehow deserved what she got. The fifth person to die was a girl called Jane MacDonald, and she lived on the same street that we lived with my mum. And it was then that it was announced that he'd killed an innocent victim. And I remember reading something, or did I see it in a documentary recently, how the police had said, "Oh, you made a big mistake this time, didn't you?" Or words to that effect. What? Weren't they all mistakes? So that's absolutely shocking. Here's another lovely picture of my mum. This is mum more than just a good time girl or a woman of loose morals, as she was described by the police. I hate the things that they said about some of the women, including my mum. Here she is as a wife. She's with my dad there in a local club. I think she looks like a bit of a supermodel there. Why didn't they use that photograph with a beehive haircut and blonde, actually? I remember mum with blonde hair, to be fair. And here's another one with darker hair. It's a very old picture. The quality's not very good, but that's a better picture of mum. And I think the one I like the best is that one, actually, with my dad. See, as I said earlier, some of the things that were said about my mum and the way she was described, it's like they seem to have forgotten the person behind that black and white mugshot that I hated for years. The person who came down from Scotland, who actually worked at Glen Eagles as a chambermaid with her sister. Some of the little stories there that people didn't get to see and understand, that she lived on the Isle of Skye, where I later got married and actually called my daughter Skye after that lovely place. So I guess just today on this anniversary, not that it might be an anniversary, but I think about mum every single day. But so I want to use this day, though, this anniversary, to just share a different side to my mum and put that record straight if I'm allowed. Of course I'm allowed. But I also want to finish with a request now, and no idea if this will happen, but I think it should happen. And that is, the request is for West Yorkshire Police to finally make an apology. So this is not aimed at any individual, but this is West Yorkshire Police as a public body, there to protect us, there to whatever. I want to ask them to put the record straight and to make that apology for how West Yorkshire Police described some of the women, including my mum, as deserving of what happened to them somehow. Some were innocent, some were not innocent. That is absolutely shocking. Walking out with a short skirt, out without a man. These things are absolutely appalling that took place. And the effects of that are still being felt. My children are growing up now. And of course, they're starting to read about who their grandma was and how she was described. And I went through that as a child, described in this way. I remember one neighbour say, "Oh, they deserve all they get." What? So I want West Yorkshire Police to put their record straight and do that positive thing and give us what we deserve, and that is a public apology. Not only do we deserve it, it's way, way overdue. Have a great day. Keep your loved ones close. Bye-bye.